Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball HTB. If you're new, thanks for watching, subscribe, and if you're one of those people that come in and come out, come on, shut the door, come inside, give me a like and a subscribe, I'd appreciate it. But again guys, get ready. This is the NRL tips video where I give you guys my thoughts and opinions, but before I get there, again, I'm just a rugby league fan, just like you are. I tell you guys my views, my opinions, and all that good stuff there. So let's get into it. Round 18, I've called this the Fight for 8 Queensland edition for obvious reason. But before I get into that as well, my friend JT, all the way from Cleveland, is going to be giving his 1 minute tips as well. First in Origin, and then he'll be going to the NRL, so stay tuned for that one there later on in the video. Game 1 sees the Titans against the Eels. Look, this game here is going to be fast, going to be full of pace. Plays to watch out for while the Titans get their Origin stars back and the Eels get some of theirs, but I think the Eels are riding off some good momentum. They're currently 4th place, whereas the Titans are 10th. Look, I think for me personally, you can't go past the Eels here. They're ready, they're hot, they're definitely a smoky, but whether they can actually do it or not depends. But I think the Eels for me in a very fast-paced game there. Anytime try scorers, you can go for Fifita for the Titans, and then for the Eels you can go Sivo. Game 2 sees Manly play off against the Dragons in a game that I've dubbed COVID returns, purely because the Dragons have their COVIDs, I guess you can say it for lack of a better word, returning, and Manly, well, hey, they're very hot in form, aren't they? Look for Tom Trbojevic, DCE to lead the front, especially with Saab. I've noticed with Saab as well that he tends to play very well when Tom Trbojevic is there usually, so expect him to have a blind over a game. Dragons, well, they've got Jermaine Darnell-Brown from the Warriors, who comes on loan for them, and then you've got Bossa Fa'amausili, who makes his return and is on the bench there. Key players for the Dragons, you've got Ramsey, Fa'amausili, Gerard Beale as well, or Sims to make some impact. For Manly, Schuster comes back, so that's a good end. You know, you've got Tapau, you've got Trbojevic, you've got DCE, you've got Saab, you've got Cast, you've got Foreign, it's Olakawatu. Look, I can keep going for days. Manly here to win the game, I think, in very fast fashion there, but it should be a tight game, but I think Manly break out at the end. The third game sees the Raiders host the Sharks in a game that I've called Sharks Raid, because it go either way. They could either raid or they'll get raided by the Raiders. You see what I mean? So yeah, look, the Raiders will have their key-ins. Then you've got Babali as well, then Whiteson who make their comeback. Look for the Raiders. Some of their key players to look for. You've got Starling, you've got Hodgson as well, you've got Corey Harawira Naira, you've even got Rapana as well. So look for them to try and expose the pace. I think they've probably got more of a pace, whereas the Sharks, well, they're virtually unchanged, bar Magulius as well, who makes his return. Look, obviously look for Sean Johnson, Dalakai, Rudolph, sort of like the key players there. Then you've got Gator and Kennedy as well, Ramian. I think for myself personally, you've got to put in the, so you've got those guys to look out for. But for me personally, I'm going to pick the Raiders here to win this game. And again, a very forward-heavy game. I think the matchups between the props is going to be one to watch for. Papali'i as well should, you know, depending on Origin, be coming off of a high. Either way, I suppose. So get ready for it. He's going to be willing to fight, so it's going to be a good game to watch. So yeah, anytime try scorers for the Raiders, you can go Rapana. And then for the Sharks, well, you know, you got Sean Johnson, you got Kennedy there. So yeah, Raiders for me. The fourth game sees the Cowboys host the Roosters in a game I've called Queensland again. Sort of similar to 6 again, but purely because the Roosters hosted Cowboys in Brisbane. This time, Cowboys host the Roosters in Townsville. Look, the Roosters, obviously they came off a very tight win over the Bulldogs. Probably tighter than what a lot of people thought, even myself as well. They were my HTB guarantee, so you can imagine I was actually pretty nervous, but they got the job done in the end. The Cowboys have been belted by the Rabbitohs last week in a 46-18 meeting. Look, the Cowboys should have their Origin returnees back, you know, Holmes. Then you've got Tabuai Fido. Then you've got Moro, and then obviously Dalmalolo and co. And then for the Roosters, well, you know, they're the same boat. They've got Tedesco, Crichton who are back. Place to look out for, you've got for them to still be fifth, just shows the character. You've got Jared White there, Hargreaves, look the ball, you've got Manu, you've got Morris. It's, I can go on for days and days. Look for this game here, even though it is a home game for the Cowboys, I want to give this one here to the Roosters. I think they're slowly coming back. You can't look past the Roosters there. Though the Cowboys will have Dalmoro, you know, at the helm. you still cannot look past the Roosters there. So the Roosters there for me to win. Anytime try scorers for the Roosters, go Joseph Mahoney. And for the Cowboys, well, hey, Tabuai Fido. For the fifth game, you have the Storm against the Knights in a game that I've called a night in Victoria, with a K. The Knights are ninth and the Storm are first. There's not too much to say for this game, really. The ins for the Storm, well, you've got the Origin boys back, right? And then they could be fired up either way. And then for the Knights as well, you've got Daniel Saifiti, who makes his return from injury. It'll be just too much for the Knights. Storm for me there, first try score. Anytime try score for the Storm, you can go Josh Adokar. And for the Knights, you can probably slip in Barnett as a bit of a smoky there. But I think Storm for me, and a very, look, this could be an ugly game. I don't see it being close, but yeah, Storm for me. The sixth game involves the Warriors, so I'm not going to say too much there, but just stay tuned for the preview coming up, and I'll be there talking about my thoughts on the squad as the Warriors take on a very hot and informed Penrith Panthers team. And look, yeah, stay tuned for it, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts there. The seventh game sees the Broncos host the Tigers in a game that I've called Eye of the Broncos. Normally it's the Tigers, but out of the two teams here, Broncos have the momentum, funnily enough. Ins for the Broncos are Coates and Flegler, and then for the Tigers, you've got Simpkins, who's on the bench. Again, as I've stated before, you've got the players to look out for the Broncos: Haas, Staggs, New. Then you've got probably even Croft to a degree, Gamble. They're actually slowly coming back, and that win over the Sharks a fortnight ago again proves that they're definitely on the rise. And for the Tigers, well, you've got Tamo, Luciano Leilua, and I think Froen Mamalo. Though I'll give you guys a bit of my own thoughts. Expect this game here to see more of Mamalo. I think this is going to be a game where he truly shines and breaks through. So expect to see him do a bit more than he has in the last couple of games, because he's been held quite well by the opposition. But look, for me here, look, it's actually an upset if you actually took the Tigers, isn't it? But I think the Broncos here will get the job done. They're definitely full of momentum, and with their players back, you can't look past them. If they lose it, then I think it sums up their season. But Broncos for me. And anytime try scorers, well, you've got Staggs there. And then for the Tigers, you can go for Laurie or Roberts. And the last game, Rabbitohs host the Bulldogs. Rabbitohs being third place and the Bulldogs being 16th. I've called this game anywhere but Sydney. Well, for obvious reason, these two teams play each other in Queensland. Look, for the Rabbitohs, they get their origin stars back. These Latrell, these Cook, these Gagai, these Murray. I can go on for days. This ain't going to be an easy game at all for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have Okunbor, who makes his return on the reserves, Flanagan on the bench, and Samanu Whangai, who makes his return too in the bench. I've already said it. Key players to look out for the Rabbitohs. Just name them the halves. Then you've got the Origin stars, full stop. And, you've got Campbell Graham as well there. Throw him in the mix. It's going to be a very tough game there, really, for the Bulldogs to overcome. I don't see this being close at all. And then for the Bulldogs, you can look at Hetherington, probably Averillo, and Froen Manu as well, who I think played okay in the game last week. Though credit to the Bulldogs as well. They fought really hard against the Roosters in a losing game, but showed again that they did well. Expect the Rabbitohs to absolutely rip them apart. Going the Rabbitohs here in a very high-scoring game. It's going to be very one-sided as well. Anytime try scorers, Latrell, Gagai, and then for the Bulldogs, well, hop out there. Probably throw in Averillo as a smoky, or even try Jackson there. But yeah, look, it's going to be a one-sided affair nonetheless. Rabbitohs for me. Now look, as I said before, we've got our friend JT all the way from Cleveland coming in to do his tips. And again, have a look at his tips. What do you guys think? But hey, JT, over to you, bro. JT's Corner.
Hey guys, this is JT's Corner for HTB, where I have 1 minute to share my tips for Origin and the upcoming NRL rounds. First up, we got Origin Round 3. Blues have only conceded 6 points to the 76 that they've put up on the Maroons. I got Blues by 16 on this one. Next, Titans versus Eels. Eels are a top 4 team. I see it as another easy day in the office for them. I got Eels by 8. Sea Eagles versus Dragons. Sea Eagles are getting some players back from Origin. I think that's going to make the difference. I got Sea Eagles for this one. Sharks versus Raiders. Both teams coming off of wins. I think it's going to be a close one. Home field advantage going to the Raiders by 4. Cowboys versus Roosters. I got Roosters by 12. Cowboys had a heavy loss to the Rabbitohs by 28 points. I don't see them coming back this week. Next, Storm versus Knights. I got Storm by 20. They're the best team in the league right now. Warriors versus Panthers. Panthers by 16. They're just too talented. Broncos versus Tigers. I got Tigers by 8 on this one. That's JT's Corner. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, guys, so that was JT's Corner. Again, tell me what you guys think. Were the tips cool or not? Are they going to work? Let's see. But thanks again, JT, for being part of the Hold the Ball fam. We'll look forward to yours again next week. But yeah, guys, before we go, we always know that there's an HTB guarantee here. The HTB guarantee is... The HTB guarantee is... the Broncos beat the Tigers. Stay tuned for that one there, but that's the HTB guarantee, Broncos to beat the Tigers. Guys, thanks again for watching. Hope all is well, hope all is good. Thanks again for tuning in, I appreciate it. If you're new or if you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. But guys, this has been another episode of Hold the Ball, NRL Tips. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Thanks again for sticking by. Look, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. More regular content coming through. What does your team have to do if they want to win? Hold the ball. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.